these guys, man, have been a breath of fresh air. I think we're third in sacks in the NFL. Uh, and the thing is, we've had everybody done sack everybody. It seemed like everybody on the defensive side of football seemed like they got in the sack. We're sitting over with George Kalofka sitting down with 6 sacks, Chris Jones with 5, Dana with 5, Menahu 1.5. Wharton's had 1. So, and everybody's got, half a sack here and there. So our D-line has been doing a tremendous job getting after the quarterbacks, pressuring the guys. Thank you for Charles Menahu coming back, because they just gave us a little bit more firepower, okay, than what we already had. But these guys have been playing solid, and we know that everything starts up front, okay? And so the more that we can get that penetration, more of that pressures, more of just coming and clawing after the quarterback, the better off we're going to be. We understand the formula too. Teams are sitting there saying, Chris Jones is not going to beat us, okay? And I don't care if he's outside, we're going to double team him. If he's inside, we're going to double team him. If he goes to the other side, we're going to double and triple team him. So that leaves everybody up one-on-one. So the other guys got to eat. They got to perform. When you got one-on-one on your side, you got to, now it's time for you to shine. You have to shine at, okay? The thing is, she's the second in NFL sacks. Thank you, Lenny. Appreciate it. I thought they were third. So they're second in sacks in the NFL. But the thing is, these guys have been doing a tremendous job. Same thing. We need to get a little bit more out of Nandi, Warrington, Herring. Those guys need to step up a little bit more. Okay. So don't get left. Don't get left. But these guys have been doing a good job. I need to see a little bit more of just the quick hands, fighting a little bit more. Curious George, man. Hey, man, use the techniques Tamba showed you. Can you feel it? Same thing when you get in, you get a chance. I know you're not getting a whole lot of snaps, but we just need to see a little bit more from those other guys, from the ones I didn't name. And so if you weren't up on the top of getting some sacks, time for you to show up the second half, okay? We need more out of you, Nandi. We need more out of you, Nandi. Warrington, we need some more out of you. All right? Because we need to be able to trust guys in the rotation. And so we talk about wide receiver rotation. It's the same thing with D-line rotation. We got to be able to trust them. All right? We can't have a dip in talent when these guys need to take breaks. Okay? You need to be formidable when you're out there. Okay? You got to make a difference when you're out there. Okay? So we need to see that more out of the D-line. But I gave the D-line right now, I gave them a B. That's why I gave the D-line right now a B. Okay? B minus. All right? B minus. The thing is, for our defense to be as good as they are, our D-line's got to be dynamic. Okay? It all starts up front. I've said it before. It all starts up front. But any thoughts? Anybody? What do you think?
I think, I don't know if anybody has any comments on it in the chat, but yeah, I think it's solid, pretty a B right there. I mean, we didn't play week 1 without our guy in the middle and Chris. We didn't have Omenahu until a couple of weeks ago, so we still haven't seen a consistent of the same guys for the last. We've only had it for all these guys together for like 2-3 weeks. So I want to see these guys how they end the season together. Specifically looking at Omenahu and Chris Jones. Also, I want to see King Felix. Remember last year, Karlaftis came on at the end of the season, the last 4 weeks. I think that's going to be the pivotal spot where we'll actually see King Felix's growth from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. I mean, yeah, he's been in there too as far as getting pressures, but be able to finish and getting a sack, I look forward to seeing that towards the end of the season. In the next few weeks here, you're going to kind of see more of an emergence of him to end the season. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all these guys together.
I hope so too. I do. And the thing, that would be a wonderful surprise if he's able to give that, right? At some point, man, you just got to let yourself go. Sometimes you just got to let yourself fly. And I don't know who needs to tell him this, but somebody needs to say, hey, man, look, hey, just release yourself. Just go. Don't hesitate. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Just go. That's your one job. Primary job is go get the quarterback, go get the football. And I need to see you rallying to the ball like you did when you was in college, okay? So those things, is very important to do. So yeah, okay, I don't hear Minu's name enough. Hopefully, he will make an impact. I see him on film making plays, and they kind of talk about it, but you could tell his presence is being felt out there. And to be honest with you, the way he presses, tackles back, guards back, he's a difference maker on our defense. Where that might not be George Kalafdis' strong suit because he's just a smaller guy. You could tell Menahu and his length and his veteran presence, what he does out there on the defense. And it's good to have him and Chris Jones in at the same time, man. That's a hell of a combination. I love seeing that. That's a hell of a combination. So we keep them guys healthy, man. They're going to be doing some damage, okay? Doing some damage. So that moves me already back. Let's go back to the second part of this. Linebackers. Oh, LBs, okay? It's my LBs. It's my guys, man. Guys, the headbangers you go against every single day. I love those dudes. One of the most bright spots that we see, at least for me, I want to talk about this guy first, is Leo Chanel, okay? Leo Chanel, to me, has been one of those kind of quiet storm guys, young stars emerging on this in this defense, this young defense. And I'm talking about he's solid in his assignment, his lateral movement, what gap assignment where he needs to be, focusing on his vision and making plays. He's doing a much better job than I expected. And so we could talk, we could rave about Willie Gay, Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, right? We could rave about those guys. Luke Chanel is a guy to me that is holding his own. I mean, he has emerged his second year as being one of the stars on the team, at least for me. There's at least 3 or 4 plays in a game, and I'm sitting there saying, "Whoa!" Like this guy is without a doubt a football player. I'm telling you, man. He just shows me a whole lot as far as his IQ and knowledge of the game, right? We could say that he's big and blundering because all his muscles and whatnot, but man, he's kind of silky smooth. We go out there and makes plays, man. He makes some really good plays. So he's a star. Willie Gay, athletic ability. Willie has been playing lights out. We know it's a contract year for him. So I think he's focused on doing everything right. And he hasn't disappointed. He hasn't disappointed whatsoever. Willie still, at certain times, it might get caught in certain particular, positions that he either overruns plays, but because of that athletic ability, he makes it up. But when I'm telling you, when it looks like, running back or somebody's about to slip out the back, Willie's there to make the play. And he's doing a phenomenal job of it, man. Willie has been a breath of fresh air. He's doing a great job this year. So he's playing stellar football right now. So it's going to be big as far as like what we're going to do this all season, trying to get Willie, because Willie's going to look to get paid, man. And the way he's playing right now, deservingly so. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's going to be interesting to see how much he does get paid in the open market, because linebackers have become the running backs of the defense as far as not getting big paydays, and that's been a growing thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how, Brett Veach plays Moneyball this offseason with these negotiations again.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good linebackers there. There's a lot of good linebackers up there. We got a few of them. Thank goodness we got a few of them right here on the Chiefs.
Yep.
But it goes to Drew Tranquil. We got in this offseason one of our higher acquired free agents signings. That was a hell of a move getting him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Who would have known that Nick Bolton was going to get hurt, and we needed a guy like Leo Chanel to step up.
I know.
And his prowess in the passing game is apparent. It really is. He flows around, reads the quarterback's eyes. you talk about situational awareness. Drew Tranquil has that, but also too, we're talking about just his spatial awareness. He does a tremendous job of that. Just know where guys are. So he's been doing a solid job for us. A solid job for us. Now, because I look at the linebackers and I'm watching some of the run game, because he's a smaller guy, he can get caught up in all of that, the wash inside. Okay, guards, tackles just put their arms on him and they swallow him up. So he needs to be a little bit more maybe aggressive in lane assignment, gap assignment, running through guys, just ripping through it as much as he possibly can, maybe to get a call, or at least, man, he's just got to be those things like all the time. I think some of the running game, some of the games I've seen, he was just out of place in a few of those things, right? Where I would know that Nick Bolton would be there. Drew Tranquil is there, but because he's a smaller guy, he gets grabbed. And he gets swallowed up. He gets swallowed up. But he's solid, man. He's solid. He's better in space. He's better in space than he is taking on big guys in the blocks, right? Being engaged. Okay, that's where he lives. That's where he thrives in. But I mean, he's doing a hell of a job, man. Drew Tranquil, man, is doing a tremendous job. I'm gonna give my linebackers. I'm giving them a B+. We got a B+ this year. Okay, B+. Any questions?
Yeah, I have nothing to add on that. I think B+, yeah, A-. I mean, I would say the linebackers and tight ends probably the most consistent group for us as far as being there, being able to relied upon, especially with our depth too. Obviously, we don't have to go that deep with our tight ends, just Noah Gray and Kelsey, but linebackers wise, Leo Chanel, Tranquil, Bolton, Gay. And we had to see all these guys play, especially with Bolton's injury. Then also Willie Gay always coming out with some nicks and being nicked up a little bit. But yeah, being able to see Drew Tranquil and Leo Chanel step up, specifically Chanel. Chanel is just another guy from that draft class last year who is really flashed for us.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So that takes me to my secondary. Okay. So I'll start with our corners first. I've said this. Watching these guys play, and these are Spags news toys. Okay. He has a lot of trust in their ability, what they can do, and they do everything that they're asked of them to do. Okay. Snead and McDuffie, to me, are two of the best corner combinations in the league right now, especially running man. I just when I'm looking over the league and I'm watching these other games, when I watch guys challenge, obviously we talk about Sauce Gardner, we can name guys, right? We can name guys. When I'm talking about just an entire team, when I'm talking about that group, Snead, McDuffie, Watson, Williams, when we start naming guys like that, we see like the consistency. Who was that they went after last night? I forgot who it was. Somebody got hurt. It was a corner got hurt. And they immediately went after him. They died of help. They were dying right out of him. It was man, who did
the Jets game?
Yeah, the Jets game. With the Jets, they brought somebody in. Somebody had got hurt.
Uh-huh.
And they immediately, as soon as that sucker got hurt, his knee was in there. When I'm telling you, I could hear his teeth chattering. Eyes big like saucers. And I think he was like the backup nickel guy.
Oof.
And said Hut, deep route. Right? The quarter wide receiver came out like that already. Like, I'm open. Right on the line of scrimmage. And they knew immediately we're going after him right now. Okay? I have no worries about whatever corner you put in the game with us. Zero.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, we got the best group in the business, consistent-wise. I don't think there's anybody better than us. I think I seen a boy Lance talking about Colin Cowherd said that Chiefs don't have corners or winning. I was like, come on, man, it's ridiculous, silly talk. But Snead, of course, hey, when you need to hold, he'll hold. But sometimes some of the plays, you just need to get rid of some of the penalties. We don't need a Snead. You just need to know when it's in the game, some things you just don't need to do.
Yeah.
McDuffie, man, has been, I mean, he's been, when I'm telling you, just blanketed guys in a hip pocket. I mean, he's wearing guys like these T-shirts. That's how much he's on them. I mean, he really is. He's as close to them as they number on their back, on their jersey. And I'm telling you, he is shown to be one of the better corners in the league. He's one up there without a doubt, one of the best right now, what I'm seeing. Okay. Those guys have been absolutely phenomenal. But, you know, our corners, I'll put them up against anybody. And I said this. We said this, Marcus. I said, you watch how the season ends, these guys are going to be some of the best corners in the business, young corners in the business by next year. Yep. Here it is. We've shown it to be true. They're showing it to be true. And Spags he puts a lot of trust in these guys because he knows get the job done. So I love it about him. Our corners are playing lights out. Then we go to Reed, Edwards, Cook. Those guys. The one game that Reed came in he was just playing like a madman, coming down smacking running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. I mean, he was all over the field. Can't remember what game that was. I need to go back and look at it, but he was all over the place. And I'm just like, this is the one we need to see Justin Reed play all the time. But he's been solid, you know, calling out the defense, getting guys in the right position. And so some of the things that he might not have been a strong suit in, he's gotten a lot better in. He's gotten a lot better. So I love Reed, Cook, stepping out, getting the touchdown last week against the Miami Dolphins, and Mike Edwards coming down with his veteran presence, playing the game. Man, he's doing a good job. My thing is this: if our guys keep playing like this, our offense, they can be playing the way they're playing, and we can still win the game. That's how it's going to work. So they talk about defense and win championships. Guess what? We got a great defense on our hands, folks. We got a great defense on our hands. But I have no questions what our guys do. Their violence and what they're playing with in the game, the confidence that they're playing with, shows it all. It shows out there on the football field. So I just think, man, the thing that we're doing is just it looks great. Spags got all his pieces where they need to be, and we're getting Nick Bolton back. I didn't talk about him in the linebacker group, but we're getting our general back sometime soon. Okay, and we get him back, man. We're gonna be at full capacity where we need to be defensively, and so we're gonna be ready. We can go against any offense. I don't care who you put out there on the field. This is gonna be a great week. Get good matchup against us this week. The Eagles. It's gonna be a good matchup. So I can't wait to see it. My old team from a long way back. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine throughout the entire year. I really do. Yeah. So I look at just offenses. We're gonna get some of the best offense, some of the best wide receivers, and we've done it all. We have. We've done it all, man. We met the challenge. So where we are.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.